Where the fuck is Garfunkel?
He will be returned to you soon.
Lightning strike took out 11 villagers at the same time, and among them was Garfunkel.
We should have a judge.
I am going to sue. This is what you get, you bastard.
All
Right.
rise.
For the Honorable Judge Quan. Today's first case would be the Mulligan Mining Company versus Nick. Nick is accused of stealing intellectual property of the Mulligan Mining Company. Mulligan Mining Company approached Nick with a business opportunity to help further the interests of said party under promise of sponsorship and partnership. Nick then in turn canceled any ideas of collaboration and instead founded his own company under the same name, London Lumber Company.
Is there a name on the building that I have built underneath the lumber company? Is there any sign, or have I called it London Lumber? I believe the only people who have said London Lumber are you and Swag.
I believe under the law that you had sponsored, it is called London Lumber. So
Is it actually?
yeah.
Yes, it does. It says property of London Lumber Company is the only one permitted to partake in any logging.
Next question. Under what rules is it your intellectual property and unused for the rest if there are no copyright laws on it? Just because it's an idea doesn't mean it's unusable by the rest.
Well, I guess we can let them decide.
I don't know.
I guess that's why we're here today.
Yeah, real.
There is no such thing as a copyright rule as of right now. It may be a scumbag thing to do, but there is no law, so at this time, this case will be thrown out. That is my decision. The next one would be the case of SwagWagon. The charges against the High Mage are 4 counts of murder, 1 count of impersonation, 1 count of conspiracy, 1 count of griefing. How do you plead?
Not guilty. I was getting ready to do some enchanting and get stuff ready for the shop to find Diorite Library in shambles. All the light sources have been destroyed. The enchantment table's been taken, as well as bookshelves. So, with an unnamed individual, I set up a plan to defend the kingdom as I saw fit.
Would King Stev, would you like to make any statements against what SwagWagon said?
No. He protected me in the time of need. When the 9 hells came to spawn camp me, that man has saved my life.
Your Honor, if I may,
You may.
I believe wholeheartedly that this man saved not only the king's life, but every life of every citizen in this land. Thank you.
Thank you, Nuder. You may return to your seat.
May I call a witness to the stand? I'd like to call CrunkAintDead to the stand.
Fucking finally, dude.
Did he attack you first, or did you attack him first?
The first time I fought him, he drank a potion, but I swung him first. I saw him, then he drank a potion of strength, just so we're clear.
Swag, do you have any other testimony?
The bank had been started on fire. The house of TheCatalytic had been lit on fire. Diorite Library received far more damage at this time, and Gold Drop Tavern also was caught in the collateral damage of the fire. And I had told them the threat was in town and gave an order that may have been outside of my jurisdiction to defend the land as they saw fit with whatever force necessary.
Loyal subjects, as your acting regent, I address a matter of great importance. In times of uncertainty, it may seem tempting to take actions into one's own hands, even with benevolent intentions. However, usurping the authority of the king undermines the very foundation of our realm's stability and justice.
The jury has found SwagWagon not guilty of the 4 counts of murder.
Hang him 8 times.
The jury has found SwagWagon guilty of impersonation. The jury has declared that SwagWagon is not guilty of conspiracy. As a reminder, that Swag has been not guilty of the 4 counts of murder, guilty on 1 charge of impersonation, not guilty of conspiracy or griefing. He only is guilty as one count of impersonation. You'll be giving a fine of, it'll be 18 gold bars, community service, and 180 days of probation.
Holy fuck.
What?
180 days?
Until Christmas.
This is 90.
Minecraft is.
Oh.
Minecraft is.
That's the judgment. This case is dismissed. The next court case
Better call
is
Saul,
TheCatalytic versus CrunkAintDead.
TheCatalytic hereby sues CrunkAintDead for the death of Garfunkel Simon. He alleges that unsafe living conditions in the villager housing erected by CrunkAintDead directly resulted in the death of Mr. Simon. I'd like to present my evidence, if you would. First is a screenshot of our server console, 12, including Garfunkel Simon, being struck by a lightning bolt, and then 2 messages below. Garfunkel Simon was slain by Iron Golem. When struck by lightning, villagers are turned into witches. The lightning bolt that struck 12 villagers, including Garfunkel Simon, turned them all into witches, at which point they were slain by the Iron Golems designed to protect them. In the construction of the villager housing, CrunkAintDead failed to install any lightning rods, as you can see by the next image. That is the current state of villager housing, with not a single lightning rod in sight.
CrunkAintDead, your testimony, please.
And 12 villagers just happened to be standing in a pile when this lightning strike happened.
They do tend to do that when you have all of their workstations in a single pile.
Well, I would first like to object to that statement. That is not true, and I would like it to be struck from the record. Their workstations are not all right next to each other.
Your Honor, we could walk to the villager housing right now and prove that true.
Would somebody from the jury like to take a screenshot and show us?
If you consult the chat, you will see a screenshot of the current living and working conditions of the villagers, in which most of the crafting stations are in one cluster with many villagers standing around them.
I would also like to point out that I don't think it's entirely out of the realm of possibility that this lightning strike wasn't ambient, and it could have, in fact, happened on purpose. SwagWagon, you are a very knowledgeable man. You're the High Mage. To your knowledge, is there any way that a lightning strike could be purposefully brought into the world?
Yes, there is only one case, called channeling. The Tempest gods above us can be channeled through the trident by throwing it at a target. If the target is struck successfully, not just hitting the ground or a wall or a block, lightning will be conjured to strike that location.
So then, in turn, do you believe that it is possible that even with a lightning rod installed, someone could shoot a controlled bolt of lightning at a villager and turn it into a witch, as was previously brought up?
Yes, lightning rods do not protect said individuals that are hit by the channeling trident. They are just struck with the powers of the gods above.
Now, High Mage SwagWagon, you make at least part of your business about knowing a lot about enchantments, correct?
Everything that I can know, I wish to know.
So you would say you probably keep track of, what enchantments are kind of in circulation already, right? How many people are you aware of that have channeling on a trident currently?
Currently, I believe there is only one known individual.
And who might that individual be?
Your Royal Charter, King Stev.
Your Honor, I call the king to the stand. Correct me if I'm wrong, you do own a trident that contains channeling on it, correct?
That is correct.
Do you happen to know of anyone else who has that?
No.
Now, have you ever, while you've been online, thrown that trident at a group of villagers?
I have not.
I have no further questions.
Stev, you said you weren't aware of anybody else that had a channeling trident. Do you sell tridents in the kingdom?
No, I do not.
Do you procure tridents any other way?
I personally do not.
Do you normally keep a list of who has which weapons?
I do not.
So, do you think that you're a reliable source to tell the court who has which weapons and who does not?
No.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Lady and gentlemen of the jury, the villagers that were all struck by lightning were all in a small group focused in the area where all of the workstations were. This blob of workstations combined with the complete lack of lightning rods in the villager housing made for unsafe conditions that caused not just the death, but the corruption and then slaughter at the hands of the Iron Golems of 12 villagers, including CrunkAintDead, a valued member of our community. Now, while yes, it is entirely possible that someone could have thrown a trident with channeling at these villagers, we do have a mage that specializes in enchantments, and would therefore likely keep an eye on who has what enchantments. To Swag's knowledge, Kingstev is the only one with channeling on a trident, which means this was a natural lightning strike, which could have been circumvented by the simple installment of a lightning rod. I rest my case.
First of all, I'm absolutely disgusted that you said CrunkAintDead was struck by lightning and killed in the villager housing. That's
Did I?
absolutely disgusting.
You didn't
The
object to
employee
that, though.
you love and dearly care for so much, you can't even remember his name. You did spend a while talking about how the king isn't a murderous psychopath, which I knew before coming into court today, but maybe you didn't, and that's why you felt the need to prove it. So that's
I felt
fine.
the need to prove it because it's
I
court.
know. Oh, no, it's my closing statement. All I'm saying is, both of these individuals said they aren't entirely sure. There was some doubt that they don't know exactly who carries which weapons and what items they might have. But what I will say is that no matter what I do, a deliberate act could circumvent this issue. And if it was an act of God, then I don't feel it is our duty to prevent any possible act of God from occurring.
So the jury has found CrunkAintDead not guilty of the suit.
Swag, did you not write up a book for it?
For what? It's not my case.
Oh, I had to write a book for it?
Oh my
If
gosh.
you're gonna take someone to court, yes!
God.
Oh, I have evidence that Nick murdered me cold-blooded.
Okay,
have a
so
book?
where is this?
Guilty. Moving on.
Because you did not file this case will not go through until you submit the proper paperwork. Is there any other business?
Court adjourned.
Court adjourned.
No!
Till next week.
Kind of funny that I have a trial omen while I'm on trial.
No one wearing a toupee.
A toupee? No. It's a mourning
Yeah.
veil.
Under the
Hello?
witness of
John, we're in
Lord
court.
of the Nine,
Oh shit.
destruction of this.
I'd like to call a little recess here. Who's littering in the back of the courtroom?
I can take it, sir. I came in here in a rush, and I think I may have dropped a couple items.
John, you are contempt of court. You owe 5 gold coins.
Okay.
There will be order. Please do not throw stuff in my courtroom, please.
Don't talk to your king like that. I'll throw what I want.
I've been taking screenshots while I was getting charged 180 days probation.
You're getting charged with a felony and you're out here taking selfies.
Yeah, I was like, dude, this shit's fucking gas. Court is based as fuck, dude.
I
Nick,
don't know.
I'm
Forgetting
trying.
your own employee's name when you're fucking.
Oh,
crying
I'm
crocodile
sorry.
tears
Have
at
you
his
never
trial.
misspoke in your life, Mr. Zeke?
Order! Order!
You're interrupting my fucking closing arguments a lot. I didn't do this to you, buddy. So, just want to let the jury know what the character of the prosecution is. Thank you. The judge gets a Oh, I would just like to
What the
say,
fuck?
you can say I adopted him into a dangerous workplace, but I just fucking adopted you in court, son. Holy shit, get lost.
I'll be completely honest. It was awesome fighting by your side, CrunkAintDead.
Yeah, you did put a hole in my armor at one point. I've kind of been meaning to talk to you about that. I think you
Yes.
might have dealt more damage than Alcep did. But no, yeah, I mean, it was